Greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen. I believe you are having a great time wherever you are. So, I want to take you through handling objections in our business and understanding how to handle objections is a very, very important skill in network marketing business. And in any business, actually, this is a skill that you need not only in network marketing, but in any business out there, because objections are always the same. If today you are selling land, for example, you are in real estate, you are selling land, or you are in car business, you are dealing with cars, and a customer comes to your car yard or car bazaar, and you are selling, let's say for example, a Mercedes at 3 million. This person will not just pay. You won't quote the price and this person pays instantly. No, this person must have concerns. This person must have concerns about about the legitimacy of your brand. They will have concerns about the price. They might tell you that they don't have that amount of money, or they might tell you that they want to consult their wives first, or they might tell you that they're going to think about it, or they might even tell you that they don't like the color. You understand? So objections are part of any business, and if you don't understand how to handle objections, then you cannot succeed in any business. And that simply means having an understanding of how to handle objections is a very important skill in your network marketing business. Now, before even I start, I want you to understand that objections are not rejections. There is a difference between an objection and a rejection. People confuse the two. Most people, when they start network marketing business, when they share the opportunity to someone and this person has concerns, they always think that this person is not interested or this person is negative. I realized that sometimes the prospects are never negative. Sometimes it is us, the members, who are always negative, simply because we do think that if a prospect has questions, it means they are negative. No, that is never the case. Now, imagine having to talk to less people while getting bigger results. How would your business be if you can talk to less people and have bigger results? Imagine having people looking at you in a more professional way when you are presenting your opportunity. It simply means, chances of making that sale will be high. Imagine having the confidence to show your opportunity to more people without worrying about the objections you might face. Some people fears doing a presentation simply because they fear questions. They know clearly that this person might ask them questions that they may not be able to respond to. Okay? Imagine being absolutely fearless from now on forward. How would your business be? I'm pretty sure your business would change for better. Imagine getting more yeses in your presentation starting today. Imagine, sharing your business to people and getting more yeses. Now, can you avoid objections? You can't. You cannot avoid objections, but you can reduce objections. You must have objections as a matter of course. While doing a presentation, while doing a closing, while doing a follow-up, while doing prospecting, you are going to experience questions or objections. But there are things you can do to reduce the number of objections. You cannot avoid them completely, but you can reduce the number of objections. There is a way in which if you package yourself, the questions can be less. Do you know that? And that is the best thing you can do. The best thing you can do is to package yourself in a way that when you share your business to someone, they don't have so many questions. And even before I share with you how to handle objections, I'm gonna share with you how you can, package yourself to avoid so many questions from a prospect, because sometimes it is how you package yourself that attracts negative questions. I'm going to share with you how. Now, objections are simply unanswered questions. Understand that when you get objections or weird questions, it's typically because your prospect is feeling as if they can't do what you are doing, or they are unsure if they'll have success. That's it. Now, it is your job to reassure them that they can do this, and it is very, very important to make sure your exposure or your presentation process is very duplicable. Yeah, it's very, very, and it's a very important point, because how you share the opportunity, really affects the kind of questions this person will ask you. I'm going to talk to you about that. Now, how do you avoid objections? I've said that there is a way you can package yourself to avoid objections. How do you go about it? Number one is to share your vision. Share your vision. Okay? Number two, be passionate. And when I talk about being passionate, speak to someone's heart. Let me be honest with you. People don't buy facts. People buy, stories. The moment if you can get to someone's heart, automatically you win them. If you can get to a person's heart, they will buy. So always be passionate in your presentation, in your closing, in your follow-up, in everything that you do. Okay? Another thing is that share the value of the business. There are concerns someone might have simply because they have not seen that the business is of value to them. Share the value. The moment you share value of this opportunity, the moment you give someone value of this opportunity while doing your presentation, if you don't know how to share value of the business, revisit my video on how to do a simple presentation. You will understand how to share value to your prospect. Share value. The moment you share value and you speak to this person's heart and you share your vision, you're going to avoid objections. Now, before I get to the type of objections, there are general things and very important things that are not in this slide that I'm going to share with you about on how you can package yourself to avoid so many questions. Now, the first thing you should do is to make sure that you brand yourself very well. Your branding really matters. Social media branding and physical branding. If you are doing prospecting on Facebook and you've not branded well, people might not even trust you. They might ask you weird questions. They might ask you, are you sure the business works? But if you've branded yourself, if you look professional, if you look like success yourself, someone won't ask you that question. The reason why your prospect will ask you whether the business is working or not is simply because when they look at you, they don't see success. It also applies to physical branding. You've invited someone to the office and someone asks you a question like, do you think the business really works? Do you know that there is a way in which if you package yourself, someone can never ask you such a question? A prospect will never ask you such a stupid question on how the business, whether the business works, if you've packaged yourself well and you've branded yourself. That question will only come if you look like a culprit. You look like, you need the business yourself than them. Now, this is the rule. Always look 3 times sharper than your prospect. Never ever allow your prospect to look better than you, be it on social media or physically. Always strive to be at least 3 times sharper and better in terms of branding than your prospect. By doing that, you're going to, they're not going to ask you whether the business works. You understand? Now, that is the first thing, or the first way in which you can avoid questions. Even about legitimacy of the company, do you know that if you don't package yourself well, your prospect is going even to question the legitimacy of the business? Is this business legit? If someone asks you that question, in most cases, you look bad. You look like a culprit. Another way to avoid questions, so many questions, or avoid so many objections, is to do a simple presentation. Always do a simple and straight to the point, simple and clear presentation. The moment you don't do a clear presentation to your prospect, obvious, they will have so many questions about the ways of earnings, about the products. Always make sure that you give them all the details in the simplest way possible. Don't make your presentation complex. Make it as simple as possible for them to understand, because let me be honest with you, your prospect is not going to pay their money if they have not understood what the business entails. Always know that. And because of that, because they don't want to pay, they are not going to tell you that they don't want to pay. They are going to ask you tons and tons and tons of, and dozens and dozens and dozens of questions. So you're going to wonder, why is this guy asking me so many questions? They have not understood the business, or they can't join whatever they have not understood. So instead of them telling you that they are not joining, they will ask you so many questions and you won't realize it. So always make sure that you do a precise, simple, straight to the point presentation. I taught you earlier on how to do a simple presentation. If you don't know how to do a presentation, revisit that video on how to do a simple presentation. Another smart way to avoid objections is to handle them before they arise. Let me be honest with you. The best way to handle your prospects' objections is always to handle them before they arise. Let us be honest. There are obvious questions that your prospect must, that your prospect is going to ask you. There are obvious concerns that your prospects are going to have. After you are done with the presentation, there are always three major concerns that your prospect will always have. The first concern will be, does the business work? Don't wait for them to ask you whether the business works or not. Handle that objection by sharing with them success stories. Stories of people who started the business from the bottom and today they're successful. Don't wait, share it in your presentation. Another major question they will always have is, can I do it? They will always be asking themselves, this guy did it, but how about me? Can I really do it? Do I have the capacity to do it? I have not gone to school. I don't have a degree. Can I really do it? Show them that they can do it by giving them relatable stories. If your prospect is a student, share with them stories of students who started the business and probably did the business on a part-time basis and made a lot of money, or ended up doing the business on a full-time basis. We have so many stories of such sort. If they are, let's say for example, in the forces, KDF, share with them a success story of someone who started the business while working in KDF. They will relate to it, and by so doing, they will see that indeed they can also do it. Then another major question is always this: will you support me? The prospect is skeptical. This is something new to them, so they are always asking themselves, how am I going to go about this? They might have the money to start, but they will still have fear of whether they are going to figure this out or on whether they are going to succeed in this endeavor. So if you tell them that you're going to support them, they will trust you. How do you make them feel that you are going to support them? By talking to them about mentorship. My brother, my sister, those three concerns I've talked about are very, very important. In fact, never end your presentation without talking about those three things I've talked about. Never ever. You are going to do a very big mistake by ending your presentation if you don't clarify those three concerns, because closing that sale is going to be very, very hard. Let me be honest with you. You don't convince someone to join the business. You don't force or push someone to join the business. The moment we share the opportunity well and handle the objections well, closing a sale becomes very easy. It's always very, very easy when you do a good presentation and you clarify all the concerns. Now, we have three major types of objections. Number one is money matters. Actually, this is the most common objection you'll ever come across. In fact, even you who is listening to me, I'm pretty sure in most cases you heard this objection. I don't have the money. I'm suffering. I'm still a student, so I'm jobless. You heard this objection. I'm having projects I'm running, so I don't think I have the money now. Most people, almost everyone had this objection, including me. When I got this opportunity, honestly, I never had money. It was a very, very genuine objection. Another type of objection is on the company. They have issues with, the industry, network marketing business itself. They have a concern about network marketing. Then another objection type is about personal issues. Let's say, for example, they will tell you they don't have time, or they want to consult their spouse, or they want to think about it, or they tried some things out there and they failed. So those are the major objections any objection you are going to come across will fall under these three categories. Now, let's start with money objection. I'm not going to read this slide. This is just a slide. I'm not going to talk about this, because these are theories. I'm going to share with you practical things, or a practical way in which you can handle this objection. Now listen to me. This is how I do it. Listen, and listen good. In some cases, this objection is never genuine. What do I mean? When someone tells you they don't have money, in some cases they never means it. Someone might have the whole amount of money to start the business and still tell you they don't have money. Why? Maybe because they have not understood the business, or maybe they have issues with the network marketing itself, or they have personal issues. Maybe they want to consult their spouse. So this is how to go about it practically. I don't want to read for you theories. Whenever someone tells you they don't have money, always ask them this question. Before doing anything, before telling them anything, always ask them this question. Are you honest to me that you don't have money? Or you are telling me you don't have money as a polite way to tell me you are not interested in the business? Are you saying you don't have money genuinely and you are honest about it? Or you are saying you don't have money simply because you are not interested in the business and you are telling me no politely? Be honest with me. They will open up. They will tell you honestly, I'm not interested in the business. Tell them, okay, no problem. This is my number. We'll keep in touch. Then let them go. But if they tell you that genuinely, honestly speaking from the bottom of my heart, I don't have the money. I have loved this business. I want this business, but I don't have the money. Then how do you, go about it? Now, the first thing to do is to relate. Always remember that. Always remember that. Speak to their heart. Speak to this person's heart. When someone tells you that they genuinely, that they don't have the money genuinely, always speak to their hearts. And how do you speak to someone's heart? By relating with them. How do you relate? By sharing a story. By using feel, felt, found formula. Tell them, I really understand and feel, I really feel and understand, your situation. Because when I got this opportunity, honestly speaking, I also never had the money. to start the business. I was struggling to make ends meet. Share with them your story of struggles, how you came across this opportunity, and tell them this. The reason why today I'm part of this business is because I saw a way to change my reality. The fact that I was struggling, meant that I'm the one who needed this business the most. And because of that, I did whatever it takes to get the money. Because I asked myself one simple question. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, I'm not going to give excuses to my kids, telling them that, you know what, we are struggling today simply because I was shared to an opportunity 20 years ago and I never had money to start. I'm not going to give my kids excuses. And having that in mind, I was willing to do whatever it takes. So tell them that it is never a matter of having money or not having money. It is always a matter of priorities. Give them this scenario. Ask them who they love most in their family. Ask them, Mark, who do you love most in your family? In most cases, they will tell you their mom. Now ask them this question, Mark, assume that today your mama was sick. Your mama got hospitalized. Assume that there are no medical covers, so you need to pay the money from your pocket. And assume that you are the only person responsible for your mom's well-being. You take your mama to the hospital and the doctors tell you that the disease your mama is suffering from is going to kill her in 48 hours if not treated. And the bill for the treatment is 200,000, but if you make a down payment or a deposit of 30,000, they are going to treat her and you can pay the rest after the treatment. Ask them, let me ask you, are you going to let your mama die because of 30,000? Yes or no? Automatically they will tell you no. Then ask them this question, what are you going to do? They are now going to give you the ideas that you need to give them to raise the money. They have the ideas. So they are going to tell you, I'm going to call some of my relatives. I'm going to take loan. I'm going to sell my items. I'm going to do this and this. Listen to them and listen good. When they are giving you these ideas, now ask them, why would you go to that extent? Why would you call your relatives and sell items or take loan? Why? They will tell you obvious. It is because I value my mom's life. Some of them will even tell you that, now this is a different case. You can't compare someone's life with a business. Ask them this question. You love your mom, right? That's why you could go to an extent of taking a loan to save her life. Would you be happy to see your mom struggle for the rest of her life? Of course not. Then why wouldn't you go to an extent of taking a loan to change your mom's financial situation right now? My friend, you've spoken to this person's heart. And if they were serious about the business, this person's mindset will shift from not having the money to thinking of ways of raising the money. That is it. You've already won this person's heart. Now, another thing you need to do, I've just given you an example. Another example you can give them is assume that they were arrested today. If they are young people, assume that they were arrested today and let's say for example, a certain amount of money was needed. Would they die in prison or they will get the money? The answer is they will get the money, whichever means possible. Now, whatever I'm trying to tell you is paint a picture in this person's head to make them understand that money is not a problem, that it is a matter of priorities, that if they prioritize this business, they are going to get the money. You understand my point? Now, another thing you can add on is sharing with them Give them a solution now. After talking to them about all this, now give them a solution. And the solution you are going to give them is to ask them the last question. Are you genuine right now as I'm speaking that you don't have, let's say for example, the 29,888 Kenya shillings? You don't have the money. Are you genuine about it? Then ask them, if I give you a solution right now, would you start? Automatically they will say yes. Then now talk to them about starting partially. Tell them that I want to help you start the business partially. That is how I was supported to start the business. Tell them that we are having a mentorship program, and this is exactly what you need for you to change your life in this business. And that the president of the organization, is the one in charge of the mentorship program. And as I'm speaking to you, the final list is supposed to be submitted today. Always make sure that you create urgency. Never tell your prospect about tomorrow. Always talk about today, now. We only have now. The only way you can make a sale is by creating urgency. If you don't create an urgency, nobody is going to pay. Always make this person feel bad if they don't buy. That is the only reason why they will buy now. So tell them that the final list is being submitted today, and in fact, only one slot is available. If I give it to you, out of the 29,888, honestly speaking, I want you to be honest and be sincere with me, because I want to help you change your life. How much can you access right now as we are speaking? How much? If they were serious about the business, they will tell you 5K, 10K, 15K, and they pay. The moment they start partially, they have committed. You now give them the ideas they can use to raise the remaining amount of money. In 2-3 days, they will have raised the whole amount, and that is it. Simple. So that is how you handle that objection. Practical. So later on, in your interaction with your prospects, you are going to learn it more. So that is, I've just given you one scenario. Okay? So I've already talked about this. These are just theories. I've given you the practical way to handle that objection. I never wanted to give you theories. So if a person really wants something, he will do everything, whatever it takes. But if he is not interested, he makes excuses. I also never had the money to invest in this business until I realized that my reasons for not joining were preventing me from achieving 1 or 2 dreams that I had set back then. Also, you can also ask them this question. Between your dreams and the starting capital, which one is more expensive? Which one is bigger? No, obviously, it is their dream. So ask them, are you willing to give up your dream simply because of 30K? Ask them such questions. I feel you. I was in the same situation. I've talked about this. Relate with them. Feel, felt, found formula. Okay? Then also tell them that lacking money is not a problem. In fact, we are all in such a spot. However, looking ideas on how to raise the money is the problem. Always show them that not having the money is not the problem. Show them that first of all, show them that it's a matter of priorities. And if they prioritized the business, they could do whatever it takes to get the money. Okay? Then someone might also tell you, I don't want to get rich. I'm already contented with my life. Actually, you'll come across this as well. You might come across this, but this is always rare. Someone tells you, this always comes from people who are full of themselves. This arrogance. Someone tells you, you know what? I'm already successful. And I'm contented with the kind of life I'm living. Ask them this question. If today you won millions through lottery, would you claim the prize or you would let that money go? Ask this person, if today you won a lottery today, would you take the money? Of course, they will say yes. If the answer is yes, it means that, you're not contented with whatever you have. It's just, you are just trying to show me how egocentric you are. Now, don't tell them that way, but tell them that the fact that you take the money simply means that you need more money. Understand? Now, always talk to them about the people around their lives. Ask them, you're telling me that you are contented with the kind of life you're living. Is your mama contented? Are your parents contented? Are your siblings contented? Is every person in your circle contented? Of course not. Then someone might also tell you that I would rather be employed in order to have such a stable monthly income. This is someone who doesn't understand what network marketing is. You understand? So this kind of a person, help them understand what network marketing business offers. Talk to them about the health, because they don't get the health from their jobs. That's it. Talk about financial freedom. In most cases, they are not financially free from their jobs. Talk about time freedom. 100% sure they don't have the time freedom in their jobs. Talk about such things. Leadership and personal growth. Talk about such things. The moment you talk about such things, charity. Talk about impacting people's lives. The moment you talk about such things, they won't give you this objection. So always make sure that you handle this before. Okay? Perfect. The second category of objection, this training is going to be a bit long because I don't want to rush. So make sure that you follow through. The second type of objection, so I've already talked about the money objection. So go do your research about it. I've not talked about everything. That is just basic information I've given you. So go ahead and do your own research and have a clear understanding on how to handle money objection. So that is an assignment. Do a research on how to handle money objection network. Go to YouTube and do that research for your own good. So the second category of an objection you'll come across is an objection on the company or network marketing. Actually, these are two different types. An objection on the company and an objection on MLM. Now, someone might tell you, I see it's network marketing business. It's a scam or a pyramid scheme. Actually, this is always very common as well. Now, someone might tell you a prospect is going to have an issue to do with network marketing business. They will tell you things like, is it a scam? Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Is it an online business? Now, to help you, your understanding of network marketing business, your understanding of a scam, your understanding of a pyramid scheme, your understanding of a Ponzi scheme, your understanding of online business will help you handle this objection. And you are not going to wait for this question. Handle it before it arises. It's obvious they will have this concern. First of all, let's talk about network marketing business. Always make sure that you define to your prospect what network marketing is. Tell them that network marketing business is a distribution business where products moves directly from the manufacturer to the consumer without having the chain of distribution. And the money that would have been used in the chain of distribution to pay employees, to pay retail stores, to pay shipping costs will be compensated to you. As simple as that. Then what about scam? Scam is simply something that is not true. A false pretense about a product or a service. Give them examples. In most cases, they have been scammed before. So give them examples of scams. What is a pyramid scheme? A pyramid scheme, is an illegal business measuring solely in recruiting people, and there are no real products. So it's a referral business with no real products. Okay? Then we have Ponzi schemes. Before I get to Ponzi schemes, when you share the business to your prospect, there will be that pyramid structure in your presentation. So always tell your prospect that there is a difference between a pyramid structure and a pyramid scheme. Tell them that any organization in the world must have a pyramid structure. Talk about the government system. We have the president, the deputy president, moving downwards. In the school system, we have the principal, the deputy principal, moving downwards. Now, always tell your prospect that whatever makes our business not to be a pyramid scheme is the fact that any person can make the most money. The fact that someone joined 10 years ago doesn't guarantee that they are going to be the top earners. But in their jobs, which are the real pyramid schemes they're talking about, they cannot make more money than their CEOs. That's a fact. They are earning way much less than their CEOs. So isn't that a pyramid scheme according to their thinking? It is. Because according to your prospect's thinking, they are going to think that it's a pyramid scheme because people at the top are the ones who are making the money. Yes, it happens everywhere in the world except network marketing. Any person can make the most money in network marketing, but not every person can make the most money in corporate world. That's a fact. You understand? Then a Ponzi scheme is a false investment scheme where old investors get paid using new investors' money. A false investment scheme where old investors get paid money from new investors. There are no real products as well. So that is it. So understand the difference. Then they will also have a concern about, they will ask you, they will tell you, I'm not interested in online business. I think in the 21st century, someone who says they are not interested in online business is just an ignorant person who don't understand where the world is headed. Because everything today is online. That is the future of the world. Understand? How many times do we buy items online? Even whatever I'm doing right now, be it not because of online, you won't be getting this information from me. So online is just a technology to make things efficient. So someone who is telling you they are not interested in online business is just an ignorant person, and help them have sense by telling them that is the future of the world, because everything today is online. Church services are being done online. We buy things online. We read books online. We attend courses online. So what is wrong with online business? There is nothing wrong with it. Network marketing also incorporates or integrates online technology for its growth. Today, if you are selling cars, you must apply online space for that business to grow. That's a fact. You cannot succeed in any business today if you don't use technology. You cannot. You will be out of business. So help them understand that. So the moment you understand all that, it's going to be very, very much easy for you to handle objection about MLM. Then about the legitimacy of the company, share with them about the partners. We have EcoBank, Stanbic Bank, DSM, Nature's Way, WADA. Share with them about the physical office we are having. Share with them about the business permit we are having, the training centers. And another way also to handle this, when someone asks you, the business has come, share with them the fact that the business is international. Our business is in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Rwanda, in Burundi, in Zambia, in South Africa, launched recently, here in Kenya, in United Arab Emirates. So ask this person a simple question. My sister, my brother, you are telling me the business is a scam. I want to ask you a simple question. Do you think all these millions of people who are doing the business across the world are stupid? They are not. So the fact that all these guys are in this business simply means it is legitimate, because numbers never lie. I can lie to you. I can lie to 2-3 people, but I cannot lie to nations. You cannot tell me that all the millions of people in different nations were lied to. That cannot happen. You understand? Perfect. Then finally, the third category of the objections you'll come across will be on personal matters. On personal matters, let's say for example, I am busy, I don't have much time, or it looks good, but this is not for me, this is not my thing. That is the term they use. It is not my thing. I'm a busy person. I'll think about it. I will ask my mother, I will ask my girlfriend. They always have such concerns. Now, let's go. Someone tells you they don't have time. Don't wait until someone tells you, such a statement, because for sure they will. More so, if they are corporates or if they are students. If your prospect is employed or they are students, it's obvious. Or as long as your prospect is having something going on in their lives, it is obvious they will tell you they don't have time. Don't wait for them to tell you they don't have time. Handle it before it arises by sharing with them success stories of people who have done it in their space. How? If someone is a student, in your presentation, tell them that it is not a must you commit to this business fully. You can do the business on a part-time basis while doing your studies. For example, we have this lady here called Jane, doing the business as a second-year student pursuing civil engineering at the University of Nairobi. By the time she was graduating, she had bought her first car and she graduated with first-class honors in civil engineering. That is it. This is Dr. Ronald Lagat. Ronald Lagat got started in this business, as a medical officer working at Kenyatta Hospital. He did the business for about 1.5 years and he realized that the business is paying him more than whatever he was getting in his full-time job. He decided to do the business on a full-time basis, and today he is among the top 5 earners in our country. My friend, such a story. You don't have to talk much. Only a mad person will tell you they don't have time after sharing with them such a story. So always use stories to handle these objections. Don't give facts, share stories. Then someone tells you they will think about it. In most cases, if someone tells you they will think about it, it is always that they are having other concerns. Maybe they are not just interested, or they don't have the money but they don't want to tell you. They have ego, or they have not understood the business. So always make sure that you do your best. And if you've done your best and this person still tells you, I will think about it, ask them, what is it that you want to go and think about? Someone tells you they will go and think about it and get back to you, or they tell you, I will get back to you when I'm ready. And you tell them, okay, are you serious with making sales? Never ever tell someone okay if they tell you, I will get back to you. No, it is now. How is it okay now and you've not made a sale? What is okay? Always ask them, what is it that you want to go and think about? Are you telling me you are not interested in the business politely, or what is it that you're going to think about? Let them open up. They will tell you, I've not understood. If there is something they have not understood, clarify for them. If it's about money, I've taught you how to handle money objection. If it's about time, I've talked to you about time. In most cases, this objection is always due to other objections. So listen to them. Let them talk to you about the concerns they are having. Clarify for them and help them get started. Okay? They are telling you, I'm going to consult my spouse, I'm going to consult my lover, I'm going to consult my mom. Never wait for someone to give you such an objection. Always handle it before. How? Personally, this is how I handle this. When I'm doing my presentation, after sharing my story, I always tell my prospect this. But when I got this opportunity, I shared it to the people around me because I wanted the best for them. Fortunately or unfortunately, they never listened to me. Only a few did. Today, as we speak, some of them are really struggling with life. So if I waited for their approval for me to change my life, I would still be suffering in the streets. You understand? So I'm sharing with you this opportunity. You are the only person who have understood this business, not your mother, not your girlfriend, not your uncle. You are the only person who have seen the vision of this business. So the worst mistake you can do is to go out there and consult someone who have no idea about this business, or to consult someone who have no idea about how their life is going to be, or someone who doesn't have direction in life. The worst mistake most people do is to consult people who don't have the right information. That if today you wanted to be a doctor, you don't go consulting an athlete or a footballer, you go consult who? A doctor, a professional doctor. The same thing applies to our business. If you have any concern about this business, I am the best person. I am a professional that should give you all the answers, not your mother, not your uncle, not your boyfriend. As simple as that. As simple as that. Then someone tells you it is not my thing. Always ask them why do you think it's not your thing? They will tell you, no, I don't have time, or I don't like network marketing. Then ask them, what do you know about network marketing? What is network marketing about? Listen to them. Now, as I end this training, I want to teach you something very important when it comes to handling objections and when it comes to sales in any business, not only network marketing. For you to be a good seller, you must be a good listener. Listen to me. You will never be a good seller if you are not a good listener. Always pay attention to what your customer is saying. If you don't pay attention to what your customer is saying, they won't pay. Simple. Period. Your prospect or your customer is only going to pay if you pay attention to their concerns. If you don't pay attention to their concerns, they are not going to pay. Another bonus tip I want to share with you is to always create urgency. The moment you create urgency, there are concerns someone will never have the moment you've created urgency. Another thing is always to share value. Now, remember, the only reason someone will buy is that if they see a solution for themselves. If someone don't see a solution to their problem, they are not going to buy. And in some cases, most people are blind to see their problems. Some people are always blind to see their problems. So it is upon you to create that problem and solve them. That's business. It is upon you to create that problem. This person might not realize that they are not having time freedom. Show them that they are not financially free. Show them that they don't have time freedom. Show them that they need our products. If you don't show them that they need the products, they won't see the essence of buying. If you don't show them that they need this opportunity, they won't buy. So always show them that they are missing out. That is the only reason why they will see, the essence of paying their money. So always offer a solution to their problems. If they don't have problems, create a problem and give them a solution. That's business. Always have that. Another bonus tip is to always have empathy for your customer. Empathy simply means relating with them. Always relate. Relating means speaking to the moment you speak to someone's heart, you win them. Another thing is always have emotional intelligence. Never ever get disappointed or angry with your prospect if they give you, if they ask you certain questions. The moment they feel you are disappointed, it will piss them off. Understand my point? And finally, remember, your job is education and understanding. Your job is to help someone understand the business and to educate someone about your business. Not convincing, not hard selling. Another objection you'll come across that I'm forgetting is about selling. Someone might ask you, tell you that I'm not good at selling. How do I go about that? Tell them that selling is optional. The essence of the products is to give them good health, them and their family members, full stop. Another objection you'll have is about the two people. Someone will tell you, you know what, I'm not good at talking to people. Tell them that we have systems designed to help you do that. And also tell them that most money doesn't lie in connecting people. Most money lies in other ways of earnings. Full stop. Share with them the match pairing bonus. Share with them the stair-step bonus. The moment you handle those objections, I don't think there is any other objection I've left out. So I'm giving you an assignment. Go ahead and do your research on how to handle objections in the business. There are so many objections, and remember, some of these things are going to learn them more in the field. Theories alone is never enough. I can tell you for a fact, theories alone is never enough. Go ahead and do that presentation. Experience those questions. Go ahead and do those closings. Experience those questions. Go ahead and talk to people. By talking to people, you are going to understand more on how to respond to them. That is it. I believe I've given you value for your time. See you in the next video. Cheers.